trick that you played on someone or that someone else has played on you. So last night we were at a gala to raise money for scholarships, and they had a live auction, you know, where people bid on items. And the couple beside us, she was very taken by some of this artwork. Oh, look at that. Ooh, that's a lovely gift. I want to look at. I need to bid on that. What was he thinking? We're looking forward to making our first down payment on a new RV. He made the mistake of stepping out during the auction. You know where this is going? She's loving the art. He's thinking, we can't spend any money on this art because we're saving up for an RV. He steps out of the room during the auction, and to her credit, she was very well behaved. But she looked at us and said, when he comes back in the room, let's pretend like I just bought that piece for $1,000. Oh, that poor guy. So, you can imagine how the story unfolded with her playing the trick on him, but with us as accomplices. Let's see, which month are we in? This is the month of April, which begins with which day? April Fool's Day, that day in which we play tricks on one another. In today's gospel, we have the story of Thomas. And Thomas is probably thinking to himself, ha ha, very funny, April Fools, right? Did we hear the story, what happened? Thomas comes, and his friends are telling him what? The Jesus has what? The Jesus is risen from the dead. Jesus, whom we saw die, he was crucified on that cross, and now you're telling me that he's alive? Ha ha, very funny. He came and visited you all? Ha ha, very funny. April Fools, right? Was it a joke? Today's gospel is all about seeing and believing. When someone says to you on April Fool's Day, your shoe's untied, what's the first thing you do? You look. Why? Because seeing is believing. We look just to make sure. In today's gospel, Thomas believed. Why? Because he saw. Blessed are those who don't see and still believe. What I love about this story today is that Jesus, when he did appear to his disciples, even though they had abandoned him and run away from him and denied him, think Peter. Peter denied Jesus how many times? Not once, not twice, 3 times he denied Jesus. So when Jesus came back from the dead, what did he say to Peter? Did he say to him, you knucklehead? What did he say? The first word out of his mouth was what? Peace be with you. Can you think of a few knuckleheads in your life? Rather than looking at them and saying, you knucklehead, if we were to follow in the footprints of Jesus, what would we be saying? Peace be with you. Do you know where that word peace comes from? We've all used that word peace before. Where does the word peace come from? I see a lot of people here wearing buttons today. Raise your hand high if you're wearing a button or more. Any of us wearing buttons? Mario, I see you wearing buttons again. Got buttons. Lots of buttons in this room. Feel that button and say to yourself, peace. Because that's what the word peace literally means. It comes from a Greek word meaning to button or to fasten. Think about it for a moment. What does a button do? You take 2 pieces of cloth, and you join them together with what? A button. Those 2 pieces that were separate are now one. They're connected. They're united. When we live in peace, how are we living? Are we living apart? When we live in peace, we're living as one. In today's gospel, Jesus acknowledged that even though you, Peter, you bonehead, denied me not once, not twice, but 3 times, we were like this when I died. But when he came back, what did he do? He said, peace be with you. And they were reconciled, buttoned together in peace. This would be a nice homily, except for the fact that we all know a knucklehead or 2. Amen?
Amen.
Or that is to say, we all know people who've done things and who have said things that have hurt us. Amen?
Amen.
We could push those people away. Jesus, when he rose from the dead, he didn't have to go back to those people. He could have gone on his merry way. Instead, he went back to them and said, peace be with you, connecting them, buttoning them back together in peace. Imagine what this world would be like if all of us left here today looking for those people in our lives who've hurt us and wishing them what? Peace.